The more specific question is if those people, not whether or not I should or should not remain in my vortex, but if someone who is out of the vortex can physically affect me.
But in what case would that be? First of all, they can't even get in your experience unless you're giving your attention to them. Law of attraction will not match you up. So the first question you want to ask is, why is this in my experience? Why is this in my experience? It's because I have an active vibration about it.
But is there a jungle of different vibrational frequencies that everybody on the planet, is there one, I guess what it comes down to, is there one Earth that we're all kind of in an ecosystem of different vibrational frequencies that are all just in kind of harmony with one another?
There are as many different frequencies as there are thoughts. The combinations of thoughts and frequencies is so extraordinary in number that trying to decipher it would drive you crazy. Every thought has a frequency, and every combination of thought has a frequency. But you can understand the frequency of thought in much more simple terms when you think in terms of emotion. Joy has a frequency, and there are a lot of thoughts that line up with that frequency. Despair has a frequency, and there are a lot of thoughts that line up with that frequency.
So they pull together. They pull together.
Law of attraction puts them together. But all of those, you see, here's the thing that will help you so much. All of those frequencies, all of those projector of frequencies, all of those transmitters and receivers that are all around you, all of them are irrelevant to you once you remember that there are only two frequencies that are really any of your business. That's the frequency of the source within you and the frequency of your point of attraction right here and now. The reason that we've been talking so much through the years about how all of this works is because we want you to understand your vibrational place in all of this. So we started by talking about law of attraction. Law of attraction says that which is likened to itself is drawn, just like radio signals. So then we began explaining to you that you are launching these rockets and that you are creating a vibrational version of everything that can potentially be a see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it reality. But there's a vibrational version of it first. And that vibrational version of it, we talked about your vortex. You're so kind to us as we wave Esther's arm around and point at this invisible place. Your vortex where who you really are is and everything you want is. And then people began feeling, as they began sensing what they were creating. They began saying things to us, not right out loud, but we heard it from you often. All right, Abraham, I get it. But how do I get my money out of the vortex and into the bank? How do I turn those thoughts, those vibrations into the tangible, into something that I can translate, something that I can realize? Something that I can realize. So then we began explaining to you, and this is really what we want you to hear and feel from us right now. You have a point of attraction right here and now. You are emitting a vibration. It's the vibration that you're offering. Doesn't matter what you offered yesterday or the day before, although it's likely that what you're doing today is going to be pretty much like what you did yesterday and the day before, because you've got that momentum going. And even though when you went to sleep last night, your momentum stopped, when you woke up, you usually pick up on the thoughts sort of where you left off. So you've got this vibrational offering that you are emitting. And that signal that you are emitting has a relationship to all of this vibrational reality that you've created. So let's say you've been watching a friend suffer. Or maybe it's a mass thing, but let's say it's somebody you care about. And you've been watching, and every time you hear the story, you launch a rocket of what you would prefer. You want prosperity for this friend, and you want order in this friend's life. You want this person to feel good. You want this person to feel happy. Every time they're not happy, you want happiness for them. Every time they don't have enough of something they need or want, you want them to have it. So you have, without even knowing you've done it, you have created in your vortex a vibrational version of your friend. Your friend helped you to co-create this vibrational version. The question that we want to put to you is, Which friend do you have your eyes on most of the time? The vibrational version or the reality version? Which friend are you thinking about? Are you focused unconditionally? Get it? Or conditionally? Are you letting the conditions that you don't want to see dominate your vibration by not having the discipline to look here, to look into the vortex? That really is what upliftment is about. You've got to see them as they really are, not as they are temporarily being. And when you catch a glimpse of who someone really is, and you reflect it back to them as often as you can, you speak only when you're alignment to your children, to your girlfriend, to your boyfriend, to the people that you care about, to strangers. You get in the vortex, or you get in vibrational alignment with what's in the vortex, and that's when you speak. Under those conditions, everything that you are is a catalyst to the upliftment of them. Now, can they hear it? Sometimes not. If you're on this high flying disc and they're on a lower flying disc, if they're in a completely different vibrational frequency, your words are just going to bounce right off of them. They're not going to hear it. But you're not doing it for them here. You're doing it for them here. You're not doing it for them anyway. You're doing it for you. Sometimes people say, that person does not deserve my kindness. And we say, no, but you do. You deserve your kindness. You deserve to feel good about this. But Abraham, have you seen the way this person is behaving? How can I feel good about that? You got to find some way to feel good regardless of what's going on, you see. That's what unconditional love is. So if someone you know has the good fortune of being one of your objects of attention, and you are predominantly feeling good, and every now and again thinking about them, you know what happens? This is specifically for you. You get tuned in, tapped in, turned on. You do it all the time. And then from that aligned position, a thought of what you're talking about comes into your mind, because your inner being knows this is the time for you to turn. And sometimes, most every time, when that happens, you feel it for just a moment, and then you look at the reality of where they are, and then you feel that great disconnect between what source just gave you because you were tuned in and what you're choosing to focus upon right in their reality. And then the negative emotion that you feel is not about their plight, it's about what you've just done to yourself. Mm-hmm. Don't you love knowing that? Mm-hmm. So you want to say to your friends, I love you so much. And they say, oh, that's so kind. I say, no, I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for me. Oh, I thought you loved me for me. No. No. I find that when I love, I feel so good, so it must be for me. Oh, I thought you were loving me for me. No, I don't think so, because it feels so good to me when I love. And when I'm mad at you, it feels so awful. When I feel good, it's my doing. When I feel bad, it's yours.
Thank you so much.